Okay, everyone. Once again, we're going to start with remarks from our President of Hockey Operations and General Manager, Don Waddell.
Good day. Last week, the Gaudreau family suffered a loss that is immeasurable and impossible to comprehend. Johnny and Matthew were tragically taken from their family in a cruel and senseless manner, and I ask that everyone continue to keep this very close-knit, loving family in your thoughts and prayers. They also left behind friends, teammates, coaches all over the world, and fans that continue to mourn their passing. The outpouring of love for John and Matthew has been remarkable, not only among the NHL family, but from our local sports community, as well as teams and leagues around the world. From New Jersey to Boston, Calgary to Columbus, and everywhere in between, have inspired us with the expressions of love and support. I know that means the world to the Gaudreau family, and it means the world to our organization as well. Thank you. My personal experience with Johnny is through USA Hockey. Between World Juniors and playing on multiple national teams, Johnny was always very proud to put on that USA Hockey jersey. He was obviously an exceptional player, one of the best in the National Hockey League. He played the game with great joy, which is apparent to everyone that ever saw him. I witnessed it firsthand many times from the opposing team, and was very much looking forward to being on the same team with him here in Columbus. And talking to people in the organization, including the guys with me here today, it is apparent just how special a person Johnny was and how significant his loss is being felt by everyone. While there's a huge hole in our lineup, there is even a larger one in our hearts. I know there are questions related to our team and how we're going to move forward without Johnny and the impact his loss will have on our lineup. Those questions will be for another day. Our immediate focus is on supporting the Gaudreau family and supporting each other as we continue to grieve the loss of Johnny and Matthew. Thank you for being here today. And
Now I'd like our Captain Boone Jenner to come up.
It's difficult to find the right words in the face of this heartbreaking and unimaginable tragedy that took the lives of our teammate John Gaudreau and his brother Matty Gaudreau. I want to start off by extending my family's, my teammates, and I's deepest condolences, thoughts, love, and many prayers to the Gaudreau family, including Mayor, Noah, Little John, Guy, Jane, Madeline, and Tripp, Katie and Kristen, and all other family and close friends of John and Matthew. You've been in our thoughts every second of every day. I didn't know Matty as well as I know John, but from the stories that I've heard from John and others, it's clear that they were incredibly close and shared an inseparable bond. Whenever you met one Gaudreau, it wasn't long after you were meeting another, and then receiving a bottle of Guy's homemade maple syrup. It was easy to see very quickly how tight-knit and together their family was. One thing I admired was that John never forgot where he came from. In the past few days, moving through all the emotions, anger, sadness, disbelief, and emptiness, I've come to realize how much love I have for John. I'm very honored to be able to speak to what John meant, not only to me, but all of his teammates, and the positive impact he had on our lives. The support has been unbelievable from everyone, coming not only from the Blue Jackets, the Fifth Line, and the city of Columbus, but around the world. It's clear how many people these two brothers touched, specifically in the hockey community and in Calgary and New Jersey. The stories and videos we have been seeing are incredibly moving and need to continue to be put out there to highlight just how impactful John and Matt were. Their legacy deserves to be remembered and celebrated. Many of us know John for his superstardom presence on the ice. He played with such joy and passion, dominating at every level he went, despite the odds stacked against him due to his size. But we'll deeply miss the way he carried that same joy off the ice, whether it was at the arena or at home with his family. A joy I was so lucky to have witnessed. John was a close friend and someone I felt I've known for a lifetime. His jokes and banter were always a consistent presence, whether we're in the locker room, on the bus, on a plane, or in a hotel room. John was truly one of a kind. One of the many things I'll miss is seeing people's reaction to his pregame meal routine for the first time. A mountain of sauce-free pasta topped with butter, paired with a Coke. As a teammate, he didn't just win us countless games, take our fans out of their seats, and set up many of us for easy goals. His positive energy, day in and day out, was infectious when you were around him. We're really gonna miss the way he made us laugh and smile on any given day, especially after a big win by his Eagles. We would hear about it for the next week. I don't think I've met a more competitive guy. It wasn't just in hockey during his scoring competitions and warm-up or pregame skates. At our team gatherings, you can always find Johnny challenging someone to a game. Whether it was big buck hunter, cornhole, golden tee, or pool, he was good at everything and rarely lost. But if he did, he was asking for a rematch, double or nothing. Seeing John as a father, it was clear his family meant everything to him. I'll miss seeing his joy coming upstairs to our family room after every home game to greet Mary and the kids, despite often being the last to join us. After a well-earned sauna and a beer, the smile on his and Noah's faces when they saw each other was unmatched, followed by a "Hey, Reg" to Mare. When my wife and I went through a tough time this year, John and Mare were there for us, like family of their own. Just being around John was a huge comfort for me, even when he didn't even realize or try. That, to me, says everything about the kind of person he was. As a team, we're going to get through this together. We're going to grieve, cry, be vulnerable, and support each other every step of the way. But we will persevere because I know that's what Johnny would have wanted. We're not only going to remember and honor John and Matthew during these difficult days or this season alone. Their memory will stay with us forever. We will cherish their joy and passion for hockey and family. Words cannot fully express how much they will be missed. They will remain in our hearts forever. Our continued thoughts and prayers with the Gaudreaus. Rest in peace, John and Maddie. Thank you.
Next, we'll have Eric Goodbranson, alternate captain.
All right, thank you, everyone, for being here. Bear with me on this one. This is truly heartbreaking. To the Gaudreaus and the Morrises, along with your community of friends, I'm so sorry for your loss. My hope is that one day your grief and sorrow is one day relieved by the beautiful memories those boys gave you. And in the interim, we will always pray for you and think of you. And beyond that, we will always be available to you. To Matt, I had the pleasure of meeting you a few times. I noticed the twinkle in John's eye when you were around. It's the same one I share with my siblings. A deep love and a deep appreciation of your presence. Anywhere you were together, John felt at home. To Madeline and Tripp, you are in our hearts as you navigate your loss. To John, I've been lucky to play all around North America, and I've been blessed with many amazing teammates. Though within all that movement, I struggled to find constant connection with many of them. When I moved to Calgary, we had our first beer together, Fort Lauderdale Hotel. I knew it was different. Over the next few years, that only grew. Your unique way of driving me crazy only brought me closer. There was always a method to the madness. Our rides to the rink, and knowing my stress level for punctuality, you would walk out 7 minutes late. Trying to look professional at dinner the night before a game, wearing a hoodie and a toque and 10-year-old sweatpants. You were one of a kind, and we loved you. And we still do. You were an amazing father. I'll forever remember you complaining about a sore back after spending the night in Noah's crib. and the pride you carried the day you brought Johnny into the room for the first time. The love you shared with Meredith was a sight to behold. You were truly a family man. And you will continue to inspire me to be just like you. To Guy, Jane, Kristen, and Katie, and your extended family and friends. Nothing I can say here will fill the void in your hearts, but we are here if you need us. And one final point to everyone. If you think about driving after a few beers or a fun night, please, please, please do not find a way home. Thank you.
Next, we'll have Zach Wierenski, alternate captain.
Hi, everyone. First, I want to offer my deepest condolences to the entire Gaudreau family, the extended families, and all friends and people that love John and Matthew. We all know how much John and Maddie meant to everyone, and while there will always be an empty feeling without them, I hope we can all find peace and comfort in knowing that they have touched the lives of so many people. I didn't know Maddie, so all this will be about John, but he deserves to be honored each and every day, just the same as John will be. I've been here at Columbus for 9 years, and I can't say there's ever been a day as exciting as when John signed here. I remember texting Boone and Eric Robinson when the reports were coming out, and we just couldn't believe it. My dad even drove over, and we had a celebratory drink because we were so excited about it. Johnny Hockey was a player that everyone watched, whether you were a hockey fan or not. He had the ability to get people on their feet at any given moment, highlight after highlight. Personally, I want to thank John for having so many highlights, because the ones he has dangling around me seem to get lost in the shuffle. But seriously, I just want to say thank you, John, for choosing Columbus when other people wouldn't. You brought so much joy and excitement to this city. I've never quite seen anything like it. Something only truly special players can do, and that's what you were. Over the past 2 years, I've gotten to know John and his family, and I could see just how much they meant to him. They were his whole world, especially his wife Meredith and his kids Noah and Johnny. There are so many things I'm going to miss about John, starting with that huge plate of pasta with a Coke before games. I'm going to miss watching him be an amazing dad. I'm going to miss being in the family room after games when he would walk in and Noah would run over to him, yelling for her dad and putting her arms out for a hug. I'm going to miss sitting across from him on the plane, playing cards after big wins and tough losses. I'm even going to miss hearing him call Goody a donkey, and then watching the two of them banter like the brothers that they were. I'll always love and miss John so much. I just want to say thank you, John, for letting me be a part of your life. It's been so special to get to know him and his family firsthand, and while this pain will never go away, I think we can all find a little comfort in knowing that Johnny and Maddie live life to the fullest every day. Thank you.
And now Sean Corrali, alternate captain.
Hi, everybody. First, we are gutted and heartbroken for the Gaudreaus and the Morris families. His dad, Guy, mom, Jane, wife, Meredith, and all who loved and knew John. Good to the core, John leaves us a life's example of love, simplicity, and joy. He expressed that for the masses through hockey and personally through his relationships, which explains why he was universally adored in all the communities and lives that were lucky enough to enjoy number 13. We are sending all of our love and support to the Gaudreaus and Morris families during this heartbreaking tragedy. To say John will be missed doesn't completely capture it. May you and your brother Matt rest peacefully. Thanks.
Thank you, guys. With that, now I'll ask Don. He'll come back, and we will take a few questions. If you have them, please raise your hand, and we'll get you a mic. Start with Whitney, middle left.
Hi, Don. Thank you so much for the time today. Have there been talks about the first home game and what sorts of tributes, honor, jersey retirement, anything you can share with us about that, please?
Yeah, no, there's been small talk. Obviously, we're at a point where there's too much grieving and mourning going on that it'll come in the future period here.
Don, you've experienced tragedy in the GM's chair before. Can you say how important, how necessary a team is in this instance to get through something like this? Guys being able to lean on each other, pull each other through.
100%. And you got 4 of the leaders right here that are going to play the major role in it. It's, as I was talking to Boone this weekend, it's, getting a team together. They're each other's brothers, and these guys will do a tremendous job to help everybody through it.
Anyone else?
I know services are still being finalized, but just can you confirm, are you going to go as a team? Are there any plans for that? Have you been able to meet with the family at all yet?
Yeah, we will, once plans are finalized, the whole team will be going up. And we've been in contact with family and his representation, for sure. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you being here.